There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes of all teenagers, welcome to the early stream where we are working out a couple technical difficulties, it seems. Let me finish something up here real quick, and then we'll jump into it with the last 7 buildings for the Jamaica Plains build here in Fallout. All right. Sorry, just taking care of a couple things here. Shouldn't be too much longer. And then we'll jump into it. All right, there we go. Got lots of things on my desk here. Lots of important stuff here. Anyway, hi. Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's stream. I'm not placing down an artillery piece. I'm just carrying something over to this section so that I don't have to load the game back in once I'm over here. We are continuing our Jamaica Plains build series here. We've got just 7 buildings left to go. Then it'll all be done. Then it will all be done. Okay. Okay, wonderful. We're gonna work right over here on these guys today. On one half at the very least. This half, we're gonna work on this guy over here. And I don't know. There's not a whole lot to say about it. We're working on some housing today, as we have been for the last however many episodes. I don't know. I think somewhere around 10 episodes now. We've been working just on housing. But yeah, we're doing more of that. Okay, yeah, a little bit of a slower start today, but that's because we're an hour early, and I've got important family stuff tonight. Yesterday was my mom's birthday, and tonight we're doing family dinner, because they were out of town and weren't, and we're very, very busy, so we're doing it today. But let's go ahead and get started here. All right, we're gonna go with some. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot. We were going to turn these bits here into mixed-use buildings. We're gonna have shops at the bottom and apartments up top. Of course. Okay. Well, that makes this actually a lot simpler. Actually, a lot simpler to figure out what we're gonna do at the bottom floor here. Okay. Well, if we're doing a mixed-use building here, let's first figure out what the brick palette we're going to use is. I think for the area, yeah, we've got a lot of themes 0 through 2, so we're going to add a theme 3 building over here. Now this back wall, I guess except for this, maybe. Actually, no, we'll continue that. Yeah, this back wall is just gonna be blank because, well, you know, there's another building that's gonna be right there. Doesn't really make much sense to put windows on a side that there's gonna be more building stuff going on, or windows facing an alleyway on a bottom floor, depending. But then for the sides, I'm gonna go. Where was it here? Was it this guy? I know we use Commercial Kit 4 very often. Commercial Kit 4 is very popular. Very, very popular. Hey, Ranger Bravo. Nice to have you here. And good to know. Good to know, I guess. Good to know. Okay. Yeah, let's go with this set. As much as I like Theme 4 over here, much as I do like Theme 4, I don't know how I feel about the wall parts for Theme 4. Like the doors, we've only got some standardized door pieces here. What was it? Was it Theme 2? Yeah, Theme 2 is what we were just playing with over here. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and work with this guy. At least for the bottom floor, that is. All right, so we've got you. And I can't really... Actually, no, of course I can tell which side is supposed to be outside. The outside is going to have the pillar piece. Okay. Makes that a lot simpler. And then here, we'll go like that, because this section here is going to be the staircase up to the second floor for the apartment. And we'll work on the other guy next time. We'll work on the other guy tomorrow. But what that means is that for the sake of simplicity here, we're going to walk on over to the interior clean. Nope. Grab you. And we're going to need to do that a second time, aren't we? Yeah, we're going to need to do the second time here. Alright, cool. Cool. And then, yeah, we'll place one here for simplicity. Now, how about we go with another door? Another Theme 2... or rather, Commercial 2 door. I'm gonna make sure I'm holding this guy the right way. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with you. And then over on that side, we'll use another color. Maybe we'll use the white set instead of the brown set. Yeah. Alright, cool. Cool. Already interesting. Now, I don't really know what this shop is going to be down here. I just know that I wanted to make some mixed use stuff. Alright, hello, Al. Obligatory voting is a very interesting system. Very interesting system that, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it's not the United States, so it's not like I have any real opinions on it, because I don't live there. But that is an interesting setup. Very, very interesting choice. But just because you're not from the United States wouldn't stop you from being allowed to vote Biden here in the United States. And that's the only thing I'm gonna say about that. I don't like to get political on stream, but that's the only thing I'm gonna say about that. All right. So I'm thinking maybe for now at least we just not worry about the mixed use space on the bottom floor, because I know I wanted to put some. Sorry, I'm focused on these corners. I know that I wanted to put some store space down here. I just don't know what I want that space to be. I guess I don't need to, because we've got the window piece. I don't need to do that. Never mind. We're good. I wanted to put some stores here on the bottom floor. I just don't really know what those stores or those businesses should be. So I'm just not really going to worry about that at the moment. I'm gonna focus more so on the apartment upstairs for whoever owns the store, or maybe they're leasing it to somebody. Maybe they don't live in the apartment. Maybe they're leasing that apartment to somebody. All right. Seems like that. Seems like that. At least here on the live side. At least here on the live side, the only people on the Kick stream right now who are from the US. Yeah, there's no real reason to have too much extra space down here, unless it's going to conflict with the stairs. Will it conflict with the stairs? Oh, yes, it will. Okay. Okay, well, if it's going to conflict with the stairs... All right, then. That's fine. That's fine. You know, we could even go ahead and do a little something like this. Do you need to have a wall piece placed there before I can place you? Maybe? Maybe that's how you work? Yeah? There we go. All right, wonderful. Wonderful, got yourself a little closet there. All right, we got that. Nice, nice. That way, if I do any wallpaper stuff for the hallway, it's not going to affect the other piece. And just to prevent myself from having this trouble later, Right. Wonderful. Wonderful. We won't have any trouble with that tomorrow then. Okay, so we're just going to leave that to its own thing so that we can, I don't know, come back to that later. Let's see. Oh man, lots of messages in the chat that I've not been able to read here. All right. I mean, yeah, very good voter turnout if you're required to vote, I will say. I'm pretty solid there. Well, I'm glad you guys can bond over Brazilian women, I guess. All right. You know, things I should expect in the chat. The things I really should. Definitely should expect it by now. All right. Do I need to put anything? No, this is a stairwell. I don't need to put any plaster or any wallpapers in the stairwell for an apartment building. That's not necessary. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, cool. Well, in that case, yeah, we'll just focus on the second floor here. Let's see. If we're just focusing on the second floor, theme 3, we're going to grab one of you. And see how that looks on the other side. Are we good? Are we good? Yeah, okay, we're fine. Nice. Nice. All right, you know, this is the one place where I probably could put the double window, because it's not like I'm gonna put a wallpaper over this. It's in the stairwell, and both sets of stairs would benefit from it. So I could do that. Put the wall in between them. Yeah. Man, that's kind of the one the one opportunity I have for that. Okay, well, might as well take it while I can. Might as well take it while I can. I'm glad at the minimal amount of wallpapers I've needed to place so far. That's always nice. We'll go with that, and then in the interest of having the wallpaper trim on doors, I'll go with you as well. All right, wonderful. Let's make sure to put the ceiling in before we do anything else here, though. Come on, there we go. All right. That's pretty good. Ah, that's right. That's the problem here. I forgot that happens. Okay, well, in that case, I guess we don't have much of a choice. We'll just have to work with what we've got. I'll just be smart about how I lay things out. Okay, so for the windows, because all these sections are going to have windows, I'm thinking we just do a bunch of the doubles. I'm thinking we just do a bunch of the doubles. We've got very limited lines of sight and very limited exposure. So we're probably just gonna have to go with the double window bits. You want to let in as much light as possible, especially in a small space, because it makes the space feel larger. So you don't have a whole lot to work with. Alright, that'll do. That'll do. We'll split it down the center and then split that. And we'll have a bedroom, a bathroom, and then the living and dining room here. Okay, bedroom won't be a double, it will be a single bed. Bathroom will be a bathroom, of course. I guess that now that we're in here, we could go for a second floor for the apartment itself. I guess that's a possibility. There's not really much of a restriction on doing that. There's certainly no height restriction. There's not really and by restriction I mean, you know, self-imposed restrictions on stuff. Like there's one of the housing blocks. That's a triple. I mean, yeah, might as well. Might as well. Okay, so we come in. We have the second set of stairs right here. And then that means we'll split this section into 2 sections. Or do we have the stairs here? We split it that way and that way. Ooh, we might do that. We might do that, which means this wall, sadly, will need to go ahead and be replaced. Yeah, okay. Okay, that works better for us. And then these floor pieces will change out with the half long instead of the half wide. You see, half long because the wood grain travels with the length of the building, or the length of the piece, and then half wide because wood grain travels with the width. These aren't even like official names for things, I'm just deciding that they are. Alright, and then we'll have you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we've done something similar before. We just haven't built it on top of another structure. It's kind of the big difference here. We just don't tend to do this on top of a second structure. Alright, well, let's see how that's going to look. And then right here in the center, we'll place you. All right, great. I think this will just be like a utility closet, maybe. Nothing crazy. I might put an HVAC unit in here. Maybe I'll put the washer and dryer, but we'll see. Probably just whatever I do, it won't be too crazy in terms of detail. Won't be too wild. Okay, so second set of stairs, and then we'll split this section in half. I say in half. Here's what we'll do. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. I like it. I like it. I do really enjoy using these door frames for just dividers. I really do. It took me a long time to realize that was something that I could do, and now I really like doing it. It just looks really good. All right. I love the 6 p.m. colors in the sky. You love golden hour, but it never stays golden hour. That would be a very interesting fantasy world mechanic. The planet is perpetually stuck in golden hour. How would that affect things? Crops would grow differently. Crops would definitely grow differently. If there was some kind of solar power component, say it's not like a high fantasy world, say the fantasy is just a couple things work a little differently and it's a little odd. Solar panels would be significantly less productive. It'd be an interesting mechanic. It'd be a very interesting mechanic. All right. All right. I'm sitting here talking about golden hour as a fantasy mechanic. I should be building. Okay, how are we gonna do this? So I'm guessing we're going the old classic living room, kitchen, and then the second floor will be bathroom spaces and bedroom. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay. That seems about right. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why perpetual golden hour wouldn't work. Lots of reasons, including the fact that means that the planet would have to stay still, and half the planet just wouldn't ever get sunlight. Like, there's a bunch of problems. There's a bunch of problems with it, but it could be interesting if handled well. It could be a very interesting mechanic. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, because this is gonna bother me. I don't want to have to put a bunch of wallpaper, extra wallpaper down for pieces that could just as easily be replaced. Go with green, and then for the other guy, we'll go blue. Okay, seriously? I want to place you on top so I can get you right in the position I need you to be, but no. No, you want to play like that, okay. The only one I can't replace is going to be this shared wall, but only for this floor. Only for this floor. Then it'll be that shared wall. Alright, what is going on here? Why are you not wanting to place? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a gravitationally locked planet would be very interesting. Very interesting. Just as a concept, at the very least. And then, yep, to make this easier on ourselves later, and we've got the time for it, you know, we're only half an hour in. Sounds like a lot, but really, not that much. We'll go for you. I'm probably going to need you later, but for now, yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a utility closet. I don't want to put wallpapers in the utility closet space, so we'll just go back to the interior white, like it should have been the first time around. I don't know why I changed it. There we go. And then I'll just put a wallpaper on this side. That makes it a lot easier for me. A whole lot easier for me. But speaking of easier, go on ahead and place these guys up here. And then remove these and move them into place. All right, brilliant. Brilliant. So yes, we are going to need some plaster wallpapers, but not much. Not much. Wonderful. All the way to the back on this guy. Let's get my water. Yeah, probably. The climate would probably be similar to the Arctic. Yes. Yes, in terms of function, probably. Probably. Although, you know, I can't say for certain. I'm not a climate scientist. And let's be honest, they're all liars anyway. Me stirring the pot on this stream for no reason. Okay. Yeah. No, that's good. Now we'll go over to the we'll go over to the window pieces and just making all kinds of people mad. All right, great. That'll work. To cover that section up, we'll go ahead and put a cabinet or something in front of it so that there's, you know, something else that draws the eye instead of the missing wallpaper. And then back here, yeah, back here's the kitchen stuff. You know, we know how the kitchen stuff works. This is all kitchen stuff. Okay. Okay, cool. I could, maybe I should even. Maybe I should have this be a half door instead of a wide. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. First thing is I'll go ahead and place down the carpeted sections and the wallpapers that we know are going to be placed here. And then we'll move from there. And then instead of an equator, there would be a thin strip of livable environment instead of a hot equator. Yeah. It could be interesting. Could be a very interesting fantasy settlement. Or fantasy, not settlement, fantasy setting. What am I saying? What language is coming out of my mouth? You know what? Because I want to see exactly how much space these will take up first, I'm just going to pull up, not place, but pull up one of the kitchen pieces. All right, how much space are you taking up here? Looks like... Oh, okay. Okay. Well then, yeah, we're fine. More or less. Okay, if that's the space we're taking up, then I don't need to worry about the, about replacing this guy with a single. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And I think I will use the blue. I think I will use the blue for this. I'm going to place you for now. Z500. Just get you way out of the way for me to work on my stuff here. All right, cool. Go ahead, steal it. Steal it, make something cool out of it, and then give me $200 million when it's successful. Nah, man, do whatever with it. It's just a thought exercise for me. I'm not a good enough author to really do anything with that. As much as I'd like to be, I'm not. All right, and then we need the standard pieces, I guess. Yeah. Ooh, what that means is I can't put too much of anything in here. So I'm probably going to end up just putting the washer and dryer in there like usual. Because of where the actual kitchen is going to be placed. And we're not going to have a whole lot of extra bar space to work with. And so we got to be careful. Yeah, we need you. And we need one for the half door. Come on, keep moving. I'm pressing down on the key very hard, and it's not, and very quickly, and it's not moving at the speed I'd like it to. Don't know why it does that. Not a great reason for it. Okay, with all you guys in place, we're next gonna go ahead and put I said black splash? The backsplash. Language skills over here. What the orator I am. Well, thank you. That is very kind. It's something I've considered, but never something that I've pulled the trigger on. And then I won't worry about you, but I'll put one there and there. And you guys are going to be these halves. Dropped significantly in height. and I'll drop them further in a moment. Alright, so now that they're all approximately the same height, we'll drop them down the extra 48. Ah, that's right, it's not X48, it's Z48. Wonderful, and it has a continuous checkerboard pattern. The checkerboard pattern doesn't break because one piece decides not to line up properly. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Okay, well, wonderful. Now we'll drop you back in. Line you up on our pieces here, and then slot you into place. All right. Internet. Oh, well, sorry, Ranger. Sorry, Ranger, about your internet. You might have to watch the VOD later instead of watching live. Which, for those of you watching, you can do so over at CN Games on YouTube. Thank you, Ranger, for the moment that I could plug my other stuff. But to answer your question, Al, I try to be a good DM. I certainly try to. I have not gotten many complaints from my players, but I can't tell if that's because they're my friends or because I really have done a good job. Maybe I'm a little too self-critical, I don't know. Well, no, I'm certainly a little more self-critical than I probably should be, but I don't know if that has anything to do with the answer to your question. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna try and put any extensions to the kitchen here. We don't have enough room for any extensions, and if we did, I'd have to shrink this guy, and I don't want to do that. I like the open floor plan, as it were. As much as I hate saying open floor plan, I kind of do like the open floor plan for this layout. I understand that there's a pretty solid crossover between DMing and writing books. In fact, I am working on I say I'm working on it. When I have the time to, I'm in the process of creating a supplement for my tabletop setting. I do have a book I'm working on, but you know, it's one thing to set out the rules and to describe a setting. It's another thing to craft a story with it. It really is. It's another thing to craft a story altogether. That's why when I do have my complaints about writing for shows, my complaints rarely come down to you're breaking like a sense of lore, or you're not doing something the same way that I would do it. It really comes down to, given what the story does tell us about something, what the author has chosen to do with that ends up being lackluster. And that's my concern. I don't want to end up, doing something that becomes lackluster. I want to do that with an actual story. I'd rather, I'm more than happy to go ahead and, do a bunch of world building stuff. I love world building. I do all kinds of world building exercises. But story crafting itself is a whole other art form. That's why it took me a while to figure out the world building for my Fallout 4 timeline here. It took me a while to figure that out because every little piece needs to fit together if I'm going to craft a story with it. All right, we are talking and talking and talking, and I need to place more things here instead of just yapping. Furniture containers. Home. We're going to start with you. Well, actually, we're going to start with the washing machine because it's heavier than the dryer. But we're working on these two. Let's get you lined up and then flip you around. Say that what extends to other aspects of my life? Like in what context are we talking here? Like the detail-oriented stuff? Yeah, for sure. I'm a very detail-oriented person. All right. Cool. Stacked pretty well. No major problems there. That's pretty good. I mean, you gotta be kind of tall to work with the dryer here. In fact, here's what I'll do. Decorations, miscellaneous, warehouse supplies. If it's in here. If not, I know where else it might be. No, it's not there. Okay, we are looking for a stepladder. I'm not going to make the joke I did last time. There we go. And that's kind of all the detail that needs. I guess I haven't really considered that being an issue before, so now I have to contemplate whether I'm going to go back in all the other builds that I put the washer and dryer here and do that again. I probably won't, but it's something I have to think about because, well, you got to be pretty tall to handle the lint trap and anything you might have accidentally placed up there. Or you just need to be careful not knowing what's in the lint trap until you pull it out and then deal with it and then place it back in. But sure, I guess. Also, if you don't already, clean your lint traps out every time you dry your clothes. The lint trap is a fire hazard if not tended properly. I meant the way, like you said, if you're writing a book, you try to have the story figured out before even... Yeah, I'm a very detail-oriented person like that. I always enjoyed creative writing classes in school. Those were always fun for me because I enjoyed the creative process. However, I'm not great at letting the story naturally conclude on its own if I don't know all the details of what of what is surrounding the story. I'm a very the way I write this kind of stuff is very much in a similar fashion to how say a Robert Jordan, if we're talking Wheel of Time, or oh man, who's the guy behind the Stormlight Archives? Brandon Sanderson. Very extremely detail-oriented mechanics for the way that their worlds work. Extremely detail-oriented mechanics for the way that their worlds work and the way that the magic systems, for instance, inside of those worlds work. And if those systems don't exist, or if those systems aren't followed, it makes it very difficult for me to continue to work on a creative project, whatever that system happens to be. It could be I need to be able to explain the way that this train operates or this kind of plane operates or whatever it is, because if my story is going to affect it, I need to know how it affects it properly. I pull the fantasy options right away because that's the immediate thing I think of. Certainly some of my favorite books, but this can be seen in all kinds of fiction. Some of the greatest fiction authors of all time are extremely detail-oriented people. Tom Clancy, any of his military fiction, the Jack Ryan series, the Jack Reacher series, like basically any good military fiction is very detail oriented in the way that it describes things to you, whether that's the mechanics of the gun or the order of operations of a specific kind of thing you do. That's how good fiction is generally written. Is it required necessarily? I guess not. But it's how most good fiction ends up being written. Is people really understand the mechanics of the real world so that they know exactly how to bend them properly in a fictional world to still feel real. Okay, we're doing a little too much talking. We are now an hour in and I have done very little of the actual decoration here. So let's try to speed this up a bit if we can. Okay, in here we're definitely placing a couch, but what kind of couch? I think we're going to go for the smaller leather couch. The office couch sort of setup here. One of these guys. Yep, we'll go for you. So then X, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 10 works well. There we go. We got the renovated couch. You're in good working order. Oh man, I forgot. I was supposed to place the wallpaper trims, wasn't I? I guess I don't need to. It kind of breaks protocol, but I don't need to. But because it breaks protocol, I will do it. And that's the kind of detail-oriented stuff I'm talking about. If it breaks protocol, it's very difficult for me to get into doing. Or there needs to be a good reason, and there's not really a good enough reason for me to do that here. Thankfully, it's not many wallpaper pieces I need to, wallpaper trims I need to place. Okay, that's good. That's good. We can't really worry about that for this guy, for that guy, or the one back there, but that's because stairs are going to go there. Speaking of stairs, we can put stairs now. Why didn't I do that while we were talking? Why is it just now coming to me? Okay. All right. We don't want the roof pieces, we want the floor pieces. Why did I go for the roof pieces? What's going on here? All right, let's try and you know regroup here in the second half, and actually get going. All right. What's the lint trap? Oh yeah, yeah, Ranger Bravo. The lint trap on a dryer, is a part. So usually it's inside of the dryer, but sometimes it's on the. You can access it from the exterior of the actual dryer for your clothes. You can pull it out and you'll find a bunch of lint has been trapped in that thing. That's why it's called the lint trap. Lint is extremely flammable, and most houses are extremely flammable. So make sure you clean it out regularly if you have a dryer in your house. And even if you're using a dryer at a laundromat, it's a courteous thing to do to clean out the lint trap, because the next person might not, and the next person might not, and you don't want to accidentally cause a fire. Yeah, it does. It does help to be very detail oriented when your audience is a military audience, because they're the first people that will call you out. They're the first ones that will say, "You don't know what you're talking about. That's complete crap. That's not how that works. You idiot!" Like, they'll call you out before anyone else does. So you know you better be accurate when you're talking about their stuff. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, we'll worry about this later. And over here... Yes, well, me cavemen love fire too, but me cavemen no love fire on walls. Me cavemen no love fire on walls or roof. furniture's tables home. Now we're going to make sure that you line up properly. Okay. Well, I don't love being on fire, that's for sure. There we go. And over on this side, we'll go with a curio. I don't place very many curios, so we'll go for one of you. Alright, I'm sure we could have gone for the tall one, but this fits the space a bit better than the tall guy. I think. Ooh, actually, no, that would fit perfectly right there. What am I talking about? What am I saying? That would work exactly the way I need it to. And its feet are easier to line up? Oh, perfect. Okay, great. Yeah, we'll go with you then. Look at that. That's wonderful. Okay. Okay, we'll go there. And then back here, we'll place a table. We'll get to all the decorating parts with OC Decorator in a minute. I just want to get all these taken care of. right. Yeah, I would put the coat hangers, except the annoying part about placing the coat hangers is that there's not a version of them that can't get knocked over. Every one of them gets knocked over, no matter which mod I place it from. Unlike the coat hangers, the ironing boards, one of them gets knocked over easily, and the other one is a static object. But the coat hangers are just get knocked over, and it sucks. It sucks because I'd place a bunch of them. I would place a ton of those coat hangers if I could. Right, that table might be a little big. Might be a little big for this space. Yeah, we can go one size lower on the tables. Right? Yeah. All right, cool. All right. Yeah, just a couple more things. We need some chairs here. Oh, here's what we'll do. We'll go chair here and chair here. If that still allows. That's a tight fit. We might just have to go one chair. Yeah, we'll just go one chair. This is a tight living space anyway. Not the biggest surprise to me. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll just go one chair and then decorate from there. All right, well, let's hope we get it right. No, this is right back here. That's right. Awesome. Okay, we're not going to place a place setting. We don't really need to place a place setting because someone's not sitting there right now, and this is not, you know, the most expensive place to live. This is one place. No, we're gonna when I go ahead and detail Croup Manor, when we turn Croup Manor into an actual mansion. Because that'll be fun. When we do that, sorry, my nose is very itchy. Then I'll go ahead and like go completely decked out for that one. It's gonna be a wild build. I don't know if that's the next build we're doing, or if we're doing Boston Airport first. Both of them are small enough that I could contain it pretty well. But with Boston Airport, I do have one mod that reconstructed the actual airport structure itself. So I think we might do that. I think we might go Boston Airport next. Actually, there's a lot of cool things we could do there, especially because 3 of the 4 factions are still around in my Fallout, which means that the Brotherhood still control the airport. So I was considering building an embassy, you know, an embassy set up there at the airport. It could be interesting. There's a couple ideas rolling around in my head for how it might work. It might not need to be an embassy technically, because if my character is the Elder of the Brotherhood, which he is because of a mod I installed that allows me to do that and be the General, the Minutemen, and a bunch of other stuff, as long as I play the missions in proper order. Then if he's the Elder of the East Coast Brotherhood, he could just absorb the East Coast Brotherhood into the larger Commonwealth Provisional Government, or NCPG because it's the second one. So an embassy wouldn't be necessary, but something could be done there. Something could be done there. I could maybe turn it into one of the training camps, the Boston Airport. I might be able to do that if I could turn the Boston Airport into a training camp for some of our military personnel. It could be interesting. A few different ideas rolling around. Okay. Yeah, I've got a lot of decorating I need to do. I need to just focus in on the decorations. I don't know why this is hard for me to do today. Usually isn't, but here we are. We're already almost halfway through today's stream, and I feel like I haven't done enough. And then on this side, we'll go ahead and place a radio. All right, and it'll be facing out instead of, facing towards the couch or anything. Okay. Then, let's move this guy back. Wonderful. Then we'll go like that. Oh, come on. All right, that'll do. Over here, we'll go ahead and place the... Oh, hold on. I'm getting a phone call. We're back. That was a very short call. I might not even take that out of the edit. It was an extremely short break. So I think we're good there. I have not dropped any frames, thankfully. But, okay. To answer the question as to why the Brotherhood chose the airport of all locations, first and foremost, the airport is one of the most eastern locations on the map. And if they wanted to stick along the coast, it makes perfect sense that they would choose to go to the east. Second, it's an airport. They have a big airship. The likelihood of the airport having some kind of tools or something that they can use to maintain their airship with, more likely than not. Also, given that an airport is usually a large open space that is designated explicitly for, takeoffs and landings, there's not a whole lot of obstructions that tend to be near an airport. Now, in-game, the airport is a lot smaller than it probably should be. That's because Bethesda took the scale of the Boston region and shrunk it significantly. But yeah, there's several tactical reasons why they would do so. Now, there's no tactical reason why their airship is so undefended. Their airship does not have any armaments along its sides. It's got basically no defenses. And it has some vertibirds patrolling it, but if the vertibirds are shot down, it has no way of defending itself. There are worse things that the Brotherhood there are worse decisions the Brotherhood has made than deciding to go ahead and choose the airport as their location. Also, the progression of the story is such that the castle would likely be a giant Mirelurk infested nest of nothingness by the time that the Brotherhood arrive. So it wouldn't really be the most logical thing for the Brotherhood to choose the castle. Also, let's remember, in universe, the castle walls are like 60% destroyed. We're working with a mod that doesn't have them destroyed, but in-game, in story, they're like 60% destroyed or something. It's bad. It's bad. Alright, well, if I'm not going to put a place setting here, there's not really a lot else I need to do for this section. So let's focus on just the kitchen stuff. The kitchen stuff is pretty standardized at this point. Pretty standardized. I do not think that my stream has died. It shows I'm still streaming. It shows I've been streaming for an hour and a half. It might be your internet connection. But everything does look fine on my end. I've got all the metrics and everything up, and I'm checking. It's all good, so let's hope that your internet connection holds. Because mine is holding fine. All right. Seriously, you won't let me place the box there? All right, then. I'll place you over here. Then we'll go for the toaster instead on the other side. Also got the frying pan to place. And we'll go with a saucepan with a lid on, just so that it doesn't boil over and cause a massive mess. Put a cutting board over here. Might as well continue the trend. We'll put all of our oils and salts and peppers over on the right-handed side. And we'll have you guys hang there. Let's see. Yeah, we'll place some vegetable starch. Why not? Why not? Place the cake pan there. We'll go for a glass pitcher and a colander, a dish rag, and of course in the cleaning and toiletries we need the bar of soap. So let's go grab a bar of soap real quick. Man, there's no good reason I should be this tired. Really no good reason. Went to bed at a reasonable time relative to the stream. Got up at a reasonable time. Should not be tired. Okay, well I think that's good for the stuff in here. We've got a couple things to place on the walls, but then we'll be done. Be done with this floor, which is technically the bottom floor, but actually the second floor. You guys know what I'm going for. You guys know how this works. You guys are very intelligent, certainly more than I am. That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, we are gonna go for, because I downloaded this mod explicitly to do this, and I haven't placed a bunch of it. So we're gonna go ahead and place some more Christian icons, or iconography and icons as well. Yeah, big fan of the Christ the Redeemer icon. Looks really good. Looks really good. Yeah, the tradition. Okay, this is gonna get into my Bible nerd stuff here, which isn't new. Granted, I would do this about all kinds of things, and I think I'll put that icon in the bedroom actually. Yeah, it's not a particularly new thing for me to do. I do this with everything, but my Bible nerd really starts to show when we talk about like church history and stuff. The history of Christ being visualized as an olive-skinned man with long brown hair, a beard, and brown eyes goes back to like at the very least it goes back to the 300s, with evidence that it goes back farther in terms of art. The earliest artwork of depicting Jesus is actually a little funny. There's a good video out there right now from a YouTuber, Matt Whitman, who runs the 10-Minute Bible Hour podcast. Go check it out, Matt Whitman. Whittman. He released a really good video recently on the oldest depiction of Jesus that we have, which is a piece of graffiti making fun of a Christian who was essentially at gladiator school. and they have Jesus depicted with a donkey's head. But the oldest piece of artwork that we have Christ actually being depicted in a reverent manner, in a way of worship, goes back to I believe, was it? Oh, what was it? Let me pull this up here. I like that it's the first thing that I type in oldest depiction, and it's the first thing that we go to. Okay, yes, the oldest surviving depiction of Christ that we have, that we can definitively trace and is not a reproduction, is a 6th century image. So the 500s AD. But you know, that's being depicted in a reverent manner and not a reproduction. We've got reproductions from around the time that appear that they should be older, but that we cannot say for certain whether or not they're older, because we don't have the originals. We've got reproductions where Christ is you know, the standard image that you imagine Christ to be. But the oldest original piece that we have shows him actually in a very dressed in a very Roman manner, which would not have been consistent with the way that he would have actually naturally appeared, but was certainly is designed in a way to actually evoke certain ideas. He's got short light brown curly hair. He's clean shaven. He's very youthful, all kinds of things that we don't tend to depict him as. And that's not because he actually looked this way, it's because this was speaking to a crowd, and this crowd would best recognize Christ in this manner. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot of things I said there that I probably didn't need to explain. This is one of my forms of detailed minutia that I like to take. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and put the ceiling on and work from there. X128, and then Mod Pause Z50. And then, you know what? Should I? No, I'll cut it. I'll cut it into 2 pieces. We'll go with you. And then you back there. All right. All right, wonderful. Wonderful. So, for this top section here, we're going to go bedroom, bedroom, and that's going to be one longer bathroom section. And we'll be good there. Yeah, okay. Let's get to work on it all then. If that's what we're up to. Yeah, we'll put the shared parts first. We got windows. Then we got you and you. And we'll have another window back here. Okay. Well, another pair of windows, but still. Yeah, we'll place the lights down before I get too detailed here. I get too deep into this. Okay, wonderful. And then we'll place doors here, but the doors are going to be a different kind of door than I usually place. Homemaker structures doors. We're gonna place closet doors. Yeah. Placing these guys. They don't like to sit center, but that's just the way it is. We got you. And then we'll place some more lights in here. That's good. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right, we won't worry about a light there because there's not really a point in doing that. Not really a good one anyway. So let's continue. Let's continue. Set game hour to 10. Force weather to sunshine. You might be thinking, but it was already sunshine. I know it certainly looked that way. However, wouldn't have stayed that way for too long. Okay, this back wall is the only one that needs to stay the white piece. Because it's the divider between the two halves of this building. But it gives us slightly more space to work with, which is always nice. Always nice. So we'll go and keep you as is. Let's make sure we place these corners in. No, we won't. No, we need the Faneuil Hall stuff later. Right now we need there we go. Corners, not pillars. We got the two of you. We won't worry about the other two because you're not corners. Very strange to have that line there. It's a line that doesn't exist otherwise. Very interesting. And now the line's gone. Alright, I'm not gonna question that. Not worth my time. Okay. So yeah, this back section will turn into one long master bathroom. It's a galley bathroom, but it's a master bathroom. So we'll have the shower there at the end. We'll have the toilet somewhere in between. We'll have the door on this side. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And we don't have to worry about it being like a corner door either. It can be a full shared wall door. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's very good. Let's go ahead and place these ledges, because I'm going to have trouble placing them later. That's right, you don't like to place properly for no particularly good reason. Oh. There we go. Finally. Alright, now let's go for those balcony pieces. Alright, nice. And then, yeah, 2 bedrooms, why not? Why not? Let's just assume that, you know, they're just, hanging out. Hold on. That's not what I meant. Could be interesting, probably isn't. Sorry, I got distracted by something there. Yeah, you know, roommate stuff. Roommate stuff. Very simple. That's what I was trying to say here is, you know, they're roommates. Whatever. I'm very distracted, and I don't mean to be, and I'm sorry. It makes me sound a lot less interested in this than I am, and I am very interested in what we're doing here. It takes a while to do, but it's fun for me. All right, you got those. And then for prep, there we go, we've got you. Let's go ahead and grab the pieces for our double windows. It's nice just only working with double windows, you know? Only got one type to worry about. Okay, cool. We got you down. Now we'll place the wallpaper trim before we work on the bathroom space just to get it over and done with. Oh, okay. Well, interesting that that your mom is from the planet Zeta. Not sure when you sent that message. I've been a little preoccupied here. Interesting to know, though. That's quite unique. Quite unique. Probably makes you know, probably makes traveling home for the holidays a little challenging, though. All right, yeah, we'll go bathroom stuff, and then we'll work on the bedrooms. Let's get this last guy down, though. There we go. Great. Ah, I see. Space pods. Still. 9 point... Oh, is that 9 million? Not 9... Okay, 9 million light years away. Still. Pretty terrible commute to and from Mom's house for the holidays. Not the kind of commute I would want to do. That's for sure. I would probably still do it if she was my mom. But it'd be tough. It'd be very tough to do. I mean, it might be. I don't know. It might be in an alien notation. I'm not sure. Not that I would even know how to read it if it were. But it does use... It does use a notation enough that I'm like, okay, well maybe that's not alien stuff. And if we're just talking basic math, then you know, 2 decimals don't exist in mathematical calculations. You've got 1 decimal. So I don't know. But yeah, you're probably right. It's probably alien stuff. Probably alien stuff that I can't comprehend. Okay. Well, we've got enough room in here that I could place a regular shower inside of this galley bathroom. That would work well. It might take some time. To get everything organized, but I could do it. Might be a little bit of a tight squeeze. Furniture, fixtures. Let's try it out. Let's see how it looks. Or to go with the standard one of you. Place you down, try and get you lined up with everything. It's actually pretty good. Okay. All right, we got that, and then we got you. Yeah, very tight squeeze, but it works. It works. Ah, I see. That's probably it. You know what? You know what it is? It's dividing by 0. That's why the notation is coming out weird. It's because we can't divide by 0. That's why it's having trouble. All right, decorations, miscellaneous, bathroom. Everyone's favorite decoration set. We'll go for, ooh, we could put the toilet in the corner, or we could put the sink in the corner. It might be funny to put the toilet in the corner, but I think it's probably a better idea that we just put the sink back here in the corner. Oh yeah, especially a pure mathematician. Oh geez. Oh man. Absolutely. All right. Yeah, the only challenging bit is that the shower is behind where the door swings open. I think that's kind of the only challenge that we've got here, which isn't really a challenge. It just means we got to be careful more than anything. Yeah, it's more of an annoyance than a challenge. All right, we've got that. And then overhead, we'll place the newspaper rack. Awesome. Then we'll place a couple towels on that section. We'll get the soap and the hand towel over here, and then we'll be done with the bathroom. We'll have just about an hour left to design 2 bedrooms. Shouldn't be that hard. I say that now, but we'll see. Go for the hand towel. Awesome. And then over here, we'll grab just two regular shower towels. No, nothing crazy. All right, great. Great, so yeah, bathroom completed, which means I can put the roof pieces on for the bathroom section. And I think for the roof pieces, well, let's see what they have in Commercial 2. I used Commercial at the bottom. Let's see what they've got in Commercial 2 for this top section. Well, they've got roof trims. That's about it, it seems. Unless it's actually inside this section here, but no, it isn't. Hmm. Oh, just the roof trims. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, well, in that case, I could go with the kit for roofs. I could. It'd look pretty solid. I, of course, wouldn't actually decorate anything for them. I'd just place them and not worry about them. Which means I could do some window pieces. Yeah, why not? Come on. There we go. And you, and we'll do the same over here. Wonderful. The only thing you love about the Far Harbor DLC is the guns and the cool marine armor. I don't know if I disagree. The DLC... It's difficult. I recently replayed it for this save file just so that I could eventually use the Far Harbor settlements. It's a bit hit or miss. It's a bit hit or miss for me. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it just yet. I'm probably gonna need to reflect for a while on it, but it's I do like the guns. The guns are probably my favorite part of the DLC, but that doesn't speak highly of the DLC itself, does it? Doesn't really speak too highly of the DLC. Which isn't my goal. I'd like the DLC to be good. I like that it's a Nick Valentine-focused DLC. I do enjoy that. Nick Valentine, I think, was probably one of the strongest companion characters in terms of writing for the main story, so it's nice to, you know, get a little bit of love for Nick as a character. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know. But to answer the earlier question, yes, we are almost done with Jamaica Plains. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then of course this guy. So at the end of today, we will have 6 more things to build before I put together the tour video, which I need to put together, but I can only put together once the thing is done. And yeah, it takes a bit. It might be it might be a little bit between the stream and the video. I might take a couple days off stream just so that I can go ahead and put the video together, depending on how much detail I need to go into, because this is a much larger settlement than the castle was, and certainly much more detailed because it's a larger settlement than the castle. Might take me some time, but you know, we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming soon thereafter. All right, because I don't want to handle all of the extended roof bits. I'm just gonna cut them off at the wall height. This is more aesthetic than anything else. Let's go in here. The floor's clean. We'll go for those two. And bring in some light. All right. Great. That'll do. That'll do. It's not exactly perfect, but it will work for our purposes today. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do with the hallway here? We've got some room. Got a little bit of room, but I don't want to do too much with it. We do have 55 minutes left. But I think I'm going to worry about the bedrooms first. Probably smart for me to worry about these bedrooms first. All right, the wallpaper for the bedrooms is going to be an old classic. Well, a pair of classics. We use these basically in every way that we can. We have a significant number of our builds use these wallpapers. And so we're going with the green and the bluish yellow. Which is funny that it's a bluish yellow because blue and yellow make green. I don't know how that works, really. But it does, I guess. I don't know. And the green matches with the rest of the build anyway. Which of these two do I want to remain green and which of these do I want to be the bluish yellow one? I think we'll have this guy remain green. Yeah, we'll go with the bluish yellow for you. That's right, it's not that. It's the main piece. Why did I put you there? What's wrong with me? Well, don't answer that question, please. All right, we got you, and then we'll come on over here, and we'll grab you. Wonderful. Alright, it was strange that I clicked on something else there that didn't want to attach. But wouldn't really be the first time, I guess. Awesome. We got those guys down. Okay, great. Great. Ooh, also, I can place the bathroom door. We have no more bathroom to worry about. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. How do people play evil in RPGs? It does take a certain kind of person, by which I mean sociopath. Hi, Ranger. No, but I always find it difficult myself. I always do. At least on the first couple of runs, I find it difficult. I don't know. To play the, I don't know, evil run in Fallout 4 doesn't really seem like something that makes a whole lot of sense. Just like as a concept, not like, okay, clearly by evil run you probably mean the Institute, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because the Institute, like you have to really justify why they're supposed to be the evil guys. Because it depends on what you count as evil. If by evil you mean authoritarian, then the Brotherhood would be the evil run according to Fallout 4, because Bethesda likes to take things that people like or that people respect and turn it into things that people hate. And their version of the Brotherhood in Fallout 4 is completely different to their Fallout 3 Brotherhood. The Fallout 4 Brotherhood is supposed to be a fascistic organization, whereas, and really what that comes down to is Elder Maxon has a haircut and is angry at synths. That's kind of what it is. Whereas in Fallout 3, they were clearly, like, objectively the good guys in Fallout 3. They are supposed to very clearly be the authoritarian bad guys in this one. But also the Institute exists, and they try to say that the Institute is evil, when the Institute is only as good as its leaders. I guess an argument could be made that the Brotherhood is only as good as its leaders, but it also has, according to Fallout 4, it has certain baked-in prejudices, like against regular, against regular non-feral ghouls for some reason. But the Institute is only as good as its leadership is, because it's got essentially a council of equals, and then the first among equal being whoever the director is, or first among equals plural is whoever the director is. It's, I don't know, like if Father wasn't the one in charge of the Institute, I imagine the Institute wouldn't be an evil organization. Sure, there was the broken mask incident, but then you can just have a different leader and make different choices. So it's, I don't know, I find it difficult to play the evil run in Fallout 4. It doesn't make, like, mechanically, I don't see how that works. Yeah, basically. Basically, there's not enough evil choices that you can make in Fallout 4 that really makes it an evil game. Or a game that allows you to make evil choices and allows you to play an evil character. Hey! Hey, Livy G... Let me read this. Livy G95, hi. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for the follow. That was very kind. Very kind. Let's go ahead and set the time. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thanks for following me over here. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. We're just building out an apartment right now. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, I don't know. It's not a game that allows you to make enough morally despicable decisions that I could really count as having an evil playthrough that you can do. And I'm sure my standards for that kind of thing are very different than anyone else's standards for that kind of thing. But like, even down to the fact that all of your companions, with the exception of Paladin Dance, Preston Garvey, and X688, and maybe Deacon, but I don't know. But with the exception of a few in very specific circumstances, the rest of your companions cannot be killed unless you make a certain choice. They're all locked as necessary NPCs, and there's too many NPCs that are locked as necessary NPCs for it really to make sense that you can have an evil playthrough. Like, I don't see it. I don't see it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me. Honestly, it is one of the complaints, one of my larger issues with Fallout 4. Comes down to that it gives you too much and too little in terms of role-playing capabilities. Like having a voiced protagonist could be interesting, but the choices that they make don't line up with the voice line options that you give them. Being able to operate basically gaining control of the entire Commonwealth could be interesting, but none of the factions are defined enough or are way too defined to make controlling the Commonwealth make any sense. And of course, they give you plenty. They give you several important morally dubious and morally dark options, but not enough to really grant you the opportunity of being a morally gray or evil character. I would argue they do the same with morally positive options. They kind of just tell you that the good option is the correct option without explaining why the good option is the correct option. Like apparently it was the morally positive option. Apparently the objectively good option was killing Kellogg because it's the only option you have. Why are we required to kill Kellogg? Why can't we? Why don't we have the opportunity to maybe team up with him? Maybe be on his side. Yeah, I know why the protagonist probably wouldn't want to do that. But say that you have changed during the time that you've been tracking him down, and and you realize that the Wasteland is a lot darker than the world that you remember. You obviously despise the fact that he chose to kidnap your son, whether it was for a contract or not. He shouldn't have done it. But you've come to realize the world you live in is a pretty dark world now, because the nuclear apocalypse has happened, and morally justified choices are a lot more easy to come by, because morality is a lot more subjective than it was in the pre-war world. The fact that they didn't give us the opportunity says that they really didn't want to have to program the option of, man, maybe you are actually okay with this guy existing. In comparison, you don't have to kill any of the faction leaders of any of the you're not required to kill any of the faction leaders for Fallout New Vegas until the Battle of Hoover Dam. You can keep all of them alive if you really want to. Hell, Mr. House is going to ask you to take some people out, but you can do the mission without needing to kill the person that he wants you to kill. If you can convince him, if you're able to convince him that the decision you made sense, he's willing to listen. Very, very detailed, especially given the fact that the game had a terrible production window. So, I don't know. I don't really think that that Bethesda has many excuses that they can really throw around here. All right, let's keep working. I'm getting caught in the weeds here. Let's keep working. We want... Actually, no. We want to go back here. Furniture, containers, mods. All right. I'll catch up on chat here in just a second. Need to get this guy in order. I mean, there's no real reason I shouldn't just push it all the way to the corner, but I don't necessarily want to, do I? Actually, it does make it easier. All right, that's fine. That is all good. All right, let's see. Love your videos. Well, thank you very much, Livy. Killed everyone that was in the first area you meet in Far Harbor. Join the Children of Adam. Join the Operators and Disciples and the DLC side of things. For Nuka World, I struggle playing an evil character. Yeah, I do too. Let's see. You killed Billy's parents? Oh boy. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But also, like, again, you can make those kinds of decisions, and your companions will just hang out. Like, if you've got a high enough reputation, and then you just murk a child's parents, they're gonna be like, well, I didn't like that, but I'm still in love with you, or like it's really bad. It's a really poorly planned out system. It's a terribly planned out system. I don't understand why well, okay, I do understand why Bethesda takes the route of of the Wasteland is supposed to be a dark comedy, but they forget that the comedy part isn't, you know, random equals funny. It's situational comedy, not slapstick. And then Bethesda takes the slapstick route. And not even good slapstick. Like they could be so much better with the way that they do it. It's not really the most difficult thing in the world to do. You just need to have very convincing characters. Oh, I said minus 256. I meant positive 256. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Okay, and then we'll also go ahead and put hampers in. Which wouldn't be in here. That would be back over here in Homemaker. If I'm remembering properly. Could be in here somewhere. No, where was that? Where was that? Is that it? Ah, there it is. Yes, furniture containers home. Okay, cool. Let's get you lined up on the set. And then command you in. Beautiful. And then we'll just place one on the other side as well. All right. Yeah, the guard dogs are even a little depressing to kill at times. They really are. They really are. I'm all good killing the mongrel ones, the mutated ones that are that just sort of roam around. The ones that will attack you on sight, those are fine. It's the guard dogs that I get upset about because they're just guard dogs. They're just doing their job, man. It's not like they want to be here. They can't make these decisions for themselves. All right, awesome. Awesome. And then we can put a side table as well. Okay, we've got just about half an hour. Let's go ahead and try to speed things up here while we've got the time. Nope, that won't do it. That certainly won't be it either. Maybe somewhere here in end tables we'll have what I'm looking for. No, seriously? Okay. I'm not looking for the small dresser here, but I mean, it could work, I guess. It could work. I've used it before. But I'd rather put one of these guys, I think, as the bedside table or bedside cabinet. Actually, no, I can get you back centered there. All right. Wonderful. Then we'll use you as a template to line the other guy up, and then just move him around. $128, and then 10, 20, 30. Oh. There we go. Okay. Now this guy's obviously not lined up with any window, but still in the proper position for it. I guess because it's not like you're going to think about it when you walk into this space. I could have you lined up to the room itself. There we go. Yeah, I'll have you lined up there. It does make a bit of a difference. Whereas here, you're going to see it much more clearly that it should be lined up to the window than whether or not it's evenly distributed between the bed and the wall. It just sort of stands out a little bit more. Okay, all the furniture pieces are in. That's good. That's good. Now we just come down to the actual decorating. So on the bedside tables, we're going to go ahead and place, with OC Decorator, we're going to go ahead and place some lamps and their alarm clocks. We'll get those taken care of quickly. Hopefully. As quick as we can, anyway. Then on the dressers, we'll place their other stuff. But, you know what? I don't use these guys as often as I could. We'll go with you. And these ones aren't the ones in the actual power menu. So they're not actually going to turn on, but that's okay, because they have ceiling fans. And we'll use the beat-up alarm clock. As long as it functions, right? Right, okay. Get you as centered as I can. Wonderful. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Place you there. And get you hooked up, and then on the back section, we'll place all their other things. So we'll place their fans. That will be backups in case they've got power issues or something. We'll go for the fans. And then how about I just decorate one of them at a time? That way it's a lot easier to finish the decorations here. We'll go with one of those. We'll go with the picture frames. Where are they? Here we go. I do enjoy placing picture frames now that I remember that they're an option. Took me a while to remember that they're an option, but now that I know, I'm a big fan. Okay, we'll say this guy works at the Minutemen Garrison. I'll go ahead and make sure to give him a set of dog tags. Maybe a pocket watch, something like that, something to go ahead and carry around with him while he's on duty. And then, ooh, we also need to place radios, don't we? We should also place radios. So I think, I'll move the lamp over there. It'll be quite the stretch, but I'm sure that they're more than capable of reaching. What are we doing on time here? We are good on time. Okay. Okay, it's going to be close, but that's not new. That's not new. We're always close on these things. Always very close on these things. Yeah, Fallout 5, I don't know how long ago that message was, but Fallout 5 probably would be a DLC for Fallout 4 at this point. If Fallout 76 is anything to go by it, they're just going to use the Fallout 4, all the Fallout 4 assets to throw together a Fallout 5 last minute, and then release it for $120,000. But if you pre-order it, don't worry. If you pre-order the Legendary Collector's Edition for $1 bagillion, they'll throw in a canvas bag that's actually polyester. Never forget the canvas bag that was polyester. Oh, and a really bad rubberized T-51 helmet. All right. Yeah, I like that better. I do like that better. Okay. Do I need to place anything else over here? I think, you know what? We'll place a camera. Why not? We'll place a camera. Say that they took these photos themselves. Oh, also a phone. Yes, of course. Of course we need a phone. Then we'll go with the cameras way back here. Awesome. That's good. That's good. And then over here, the first thing, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we get our radio placed in. Wonderful. And now we just finalize it with this before we place a couple things on the walls. We need clocks on the walls. We need maybe some painting stuff. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Starfield but fall out again? Basically. Man, Starfield was such a dud. It was such a bad game. Oh, boy. Like, I know what I've come to expect from Bethesda, but Lord above. Oh, man, that one was terrible. It was supposed to have built-in replay value. Like, replaying the game was supposed to be part of the game. And man, was it terrible. Oh, man. Horrendous. Go for a phone. Place a couple books in here. Just need a couple moments with the headphones off because they get a little uncomfortable. A little bit uncomfortable this far in to the stream. Yeah, we'll go one more. And then we'll also go for, we'll say this individual is the religious one in the house, which is where the paintings and the iconography come from. We'll go ahead and get them the mother icon for Mary. Place you in here. And we'll go ahead and place the icon of Christ the Redeemer right above, probably centered, right? Yeah. Go with well, no, we'll have it looking over the bed, and then next to it over here, we'll place the clock. That'll do well. That'll do well. I hope they don't destroy Elder Scrolls again like they did with ESO. They, as much as I would like to hope that they won't, I don't want to lie to myself. I don't want to lie to myself, and I would feel bad about lying to someone else about the quality of a product. I would probably, assume that they are going to treat it the same way that they have treated every other property recently, and the same way most companies have treated their properties recently. If anyone here knows much about the Indiana Jones game that is in development, or that is soon to be released, I forget if it's still in development or if they're just waiting on the release cycle now. The core value that they drove for that was to be a very inclusive game, which, again, as I always say, the idea of a game being inclusive is not a problem. It's the practice of how do they actually follow through with that, and what does the follow-through look like? The follow-through tends to look like we're going to present certain groups of individuals as being objectively better people by virtue of them existing. Or we're not going to allow for certain groups of people to be portrayed in negative light. For instance, you generally don't see any villains who happen to be black, or just a minority in general, or a racial or sexual minority in media today. You generally don't see that, even if they're just as likely to be good guys as bad guys in the real world. They don't present them in negative lights because they believe that it is going to do damage in some way, shape, or form to the overall community. In reality, it probably won't. It probably won't. But the Indiana Jones, the reason I'm bringing this up with the Indiana Jones game is that Indiana Jones lived during the 1930s and 40s, fought actual Nazis multiple times, literally met Hitler. And the way that the game is presented currently with what we do know about the game, with the advertising that has been presented, with the characters that we do know will be in this, it is very worrying at how much of an integral role and how much, how great of a focus we are putting on the female character in this game, who happens to have a hairstyle that is very reminiscent of a lot of more progressive visuals that you'll find today. Even if the hairstyle is period accurate, it's still, it's still one of the first things that you'll latch onto, is being like, wait a second, that looks like it's out of place. But my concern is that they're going to pull another Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and I don't want them to. I don't want them to, because Indiana Jones is a great character who deserves to be respected properly. Just as I would say for any of these Bethesda properties. It shouldn't become a race to the bottom. It shouldn't become a race to the bottom of the barrel. It should continue to be a, how can we outdo the quality of the previous product, of the previous product, in a good way, not in a, how can we make this game worse than it already was. Yeah, I don't know. It's the same kind of concern that I have about the upcoming Batman show, where Police Commissioner Jim Gordon is a black man in the 1940s in New Jersey, and where Harley Quinn is a rotund, or at least a very stocky. You know what? I'll be nice. A stocky, shorter Asian woman in the 1940s in New Jersey. We're not really taking into account what the 1940s in New Jersey were like, if this is what we're presenting. But what's important is that these things are presented so that it doesn't feel like it's one thing or the other, because a lot of these companies are concerned with the way that the individual feels when the product is made, rather than whether the product is good or not. And that kind of, that leads, what we have seen over the past decade is that leads to objectively poorer quality standards. And it's annoying, because these are great characters or great ideas or great franchises or whatever it happens to be, and we're risking the quality for the sake of a group of individuals, meaning, people who are, meaning not one, specific minority group, but meaning, by group of individuals, I mean people who would be upset anyway. We're trying to avoid making the people who would be upset at us regardless upset at the fact that this doesn't look or act or whatever the way they want it to. When they're not going to, they don't buy it, they don't read it, they don't watch it, they don't do any of this stuff anyway, because if they did, the product would do well regardless of the quality. It would still make its money back, right? It would still make a profit. If the individuals who were most vocal in support of this thing purchased it or watched it or whatever it happened to be. Marvel movies wouldn't be losing money if the crowd most vocal in support of that movie would be watching the movie. But that's not what it's ever been about. Okay, I'm really getting off track here, and I know I am, and I do this basically every stream at this point. It's a timer. How long until Christian starts rambling and yapping about media for no apparent reason? A new drinking game for all of you who want alcohol poisoning. Drink every time I bring up a franchise that's committed social unalive. You guys would die within one stream. All right, let's go ahead and get some... Well, we'll get the doors in a second. The doors will be fine. We got to get the ceilings on and then the lights in and take care of it that way. But we're close. We're close to being done here. We're very close to being done here. Yeah, period accurate. Exactly. It should be period accurate. But yeah, the people determining whether or not it is period accurate should know what that period is like and should care about it being accurate. I would love nothing more than for another great Indiana Jones movie, but it needs to be a great Indiana Jones movie for it to work. I would love nothing more than another great Batman animated show, because DC has a long history of great animation, but it has to actually be great. We can't just assume it's going to be great because it happens to be DC. That's corporatism at its finest. Just assume that it works out because we tell you that it does. You know, don't complain, don't research, don't whatever. Just consume and wait for next product to consume. Like that's a terrible habit. It's a horrendous idea. And I don't know why it's such a controversial one either. Or rather, I don't know why the perspective I have on it is such a controversial perspective. Obviously, the idea of consume product isn't controversial, otherwise they would not be doing it. But it's not like the shareholders are interested in making a profit. They're interested in increasing their shareholder price, which is not the same thing as making a profit for the company. Making a profit for the company means that the company stands on its own 2 feet. Increasing the shareholder price means providing the illusion of profit, while really only enriching yourself, no one else. Who lives? I don't know what this is. I feel like I've probably lost the plot at this point. Who lives? If we're talking Indiana Jones, the game takes place earlier in his career. It takes place, I think, in the mid-40s or something like that. Put my glasses on. What do you mean? Also, I probably should, but my glasses are in the other room, and we're almost done here anyway. So I'm not gonna go grab those right now. All right. Hope they don't destroy Tez again. Haven't watched Starfield gameplay. Sight to see Indiana Jones inclusive. The geezer that steals cultural artifacts from the global south. Period accurate. Only if you actually know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean by they live. Again, I probably lost the plot while I was talking. I was just yapping. About nonsense. That only matters on a very from a very detail-oriented perspective, but not even to most people. So yeah, I'm probably going to need some context. All right. Well, we're very close to being done here. Let's go ahead and grab the roof tiles now. Get this stuff out of the way. Now we do want shell kit. All the way over to roofs. Flats, and we want to make sure, yeah, it's the clean one, not the torn up one, right? Okay, cool. We'll change the time of day here in a moment. Just gotta make sure this all works properly. Alright, great. We got that. Let's go ahead and finalize our stuff with the door into the apartment itself. Yeah. All right, and then we'll place a door here as well. And you know what? Do I want to place the mailbox up here? I think I'll place the mailbox up here instead of down at the base. I think I'll place it up here, maybe along this wall. Yeah, we'll do that. I know that the chat has updated. I will check that in just a second. That's the back wall. Okay. Okay, great. We got that taken care of. We'll go around out here. Let's get the... how much time? We got 4 minutes. Okay, I'll also put the pillar sections on from Faneuil Hall. I do like the Faneuil Hall pillars. We'll go for those as well. Then I'll read chat. Actually, no, I'll read chat here before I place these. Because you said that media nowadays just wants you to consume and not question. I know I said that, but I don't know what you mean by they live, don't they? I don't know what you mean by that, but that's, again, it's probably on me. It's probably on me that I don't know what you mean. In fact, I'm just gonna assume that that one's on me. I guess I could put one there, but I'm not gonna worry about that. Oh yes, and then this section back here that partially doesn't want me to touch it at all. Okay. Okay, so that should be everything that we need to do. I'm committing. Set game hour to 10. Force weather 000 B52A. And then set game hour to, let's see, we could go 6 p.m. or we could go 7 a.m. and 7 a.m. with the proper weather looks like, nah, I like the 6 p.m. look a lot more. All right, well, I'll make a pair of saves here, and then we'll go ahead and grab the screenshot that we need, and then we'll be done. We'll be done. We are almost right on the dot for this. Almost right on the dot. Yeah, you're right. It's completely on me, most likely. Most likely. I'm definitely willing to work with the benefit of the doubt here that I'm just losing it right now. as I probably am. All right, let's see where we want the screenshot to be taken. I like the idea that we get a little bit of the path. Not too much. I say maybe there? Yeah. Maybe up a little bit so that the whole roof is in the thing. That's good. I like it. I like it. Gives a little bit of the greenage that we've got going on around. Yep, I'm still holding on to the word greenage. Cannot stop me. Will not stop me. But then tomorrow we'll go for a different angle. Maybe we'll go for, something like, maybe we'll go for an alleyway angle like we did sometime last week. We might go for that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I do like that. That's a good shot. That's a very good shot. Part of me wants to go back to every other building that I haven't placed the Faneuil Hall pillar pieces and just start placing them. But the smarter part of me realizes I don't want to do that. I don't want to add all of that extra detail into buildings that are already complete and that don't already need them. Like the town hall, we know what the town hall looks like. The town hall doesn't have those kinds of little details added to it. I'd rather keep the town hall as is. The church doesn't need those kinds of little tiny details because the church is already massively detailed as it is. But, all right, I think that's all good. So we're going to go TFC, be done, and head on out. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I realize that my chat here is not actually loading the chat window itself, which I guess I'll have to go ahead and fix on my own. Don't know how I'm going to, but I will have to at some point, probably. But that's neither here nor there. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun for me, as distracted as I keep getting, and I don't know why, but I do keep getting distracted with it. It is very fun for me. So, again, thank you. If you've enjoyed the stream and you want to watch more of this kind of content, you can head on over to my VODs channel on YouTube, where you will have 60 other episodes just of Fallout to watch, which is approximately 180 hours of Fallout content for your perusal. That is CN Games on YouTube, or youtube.com/@CN_games. And if you do enjoy what you watch over there, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you know when the next VOD goes up, or when the Settlement Build Tour goes up, which should be soon. And by soon, I mean within the next week, maybe week and a half. Or 2 weeks, depending on how long it takes to put this together. I'm still working on the script. I draft and I redraft because I want it to sound good. Besides that, if you aren't already, make sure to follow me here over on Kick if you want to be able to catch us live anytime we're streaming, which is usually 4:30 to 7:30 Central. However, today, because I've got a big family celebration tonight, it's my mom's birthday, I streamed a little bit earlier, but you can expect our regular time of 4:30 to return on the next stream. You can also in the description of each of the VODs, you will find links to my social media pages, including my Twitter, which I manually update every time I'm going to go live, and my Instagram if you want to see some of my photography stuff. I've got a lot that needs to still go up there, and I need the time to put it up there. But if you want to see some of it, I've got my entire trip to Israel that I took about a year and 2 months ago. Yeah, before everything exploded over there. It was a really awesome trip. Lots of great historical sites I got to visit. If you want to see what that's all about, you can also find links to my other YouTube channels in the description of each and every VOD. My main channel, which is just my name, and my third channel, which has ramblings on it. It has one rambling right now, but we'll soon have more ramblings on it and my opinions on things, if that's even something you're interested in. I imagine it probably isn't. I don't want to sit here and assume that my opinion is so important that everybody needs to hear it. So, whatever. If you're into it, then you're into it. If not, that's perfectly fine as well. I'm just happy you guys have decided to watch anything that I put out, let alone 3 hours of me building and rambling. But beyond that, you'll also find links to ways you can support me monetarily if that's something you're interested in. We are approximately 300 subscribers away. 302. Yeah, 302 subscribers away from being able to monetize this YouTube channel and to start channel memberships. And with channel memberships comes exclusive content. But there are other ways to support me monetarily. Patreon, donating to the stream, all kinds of stuff. It's in the description. If you're interested in it, great. If not, no worries. The fact that you watched at all means more to me than the world. So, yeah, I think that's everything. I am getting very hungry, and I need to go ahead and make sure I'm ready for dinner tonight. So I'm gonna head out here, and I'll see you guys next time. So thank you all so much for watching. What I'm trying to say is I will see you guys tomorrow, returning to our regular bat time of 4:30 Central, and still on the same bat channel. Have a good one.